No, I think only Parker was here actually.
Surprise.
Yeah,
Surprise.
yeah, no, yeah, only Parker. I think Don is.
I was here.
Oh, you were here. Okay, too. Sorry. Yeah, so you and Parker were here. Don wasn't. I think I just got an email from Don. He's sick too. So you guys need to stop making out or something. Anyway, okay. So taking a look at this.
More standards.
Yeah, right. Okay. So we've replaced this picture here. So we can take a look at that. Yeah. Anyway. And so today we're going to go in and take a look at how to go through and track this in spite of all the stuff that's happening with him and his different appendages passing in front of that picture there. Okay, so let's go back into this. Now we've already started to track. So I've got this bad boy right here, and you can the MFL tracking. You can grab that one from the crypt. Okay. So I'm going to right click, no sorry not right click, but I'm going to go up to animation and I'm going to track in Mocha AE. Now, because the way this works is that we can only open up Mocha through After Effects, right? So register later, but we are going to cancel this because we want to pull up the one we already did. So I'm going to cancel that and then go File, Recent Files, MFL Tracking, okay? That way we can maintain the data that we established in our last session with this without overwriting it, okay? That makes sense? So you can't, otherwise we just open up Mocha, which we can't do. We just open up Mocha and say, okay, open up the recent one. No, so you have to open up through After Effects, but as it does that, it wants to write over the original. So you say cancel, and then you go up to open recent. So it's just a weird process, but we can maintain everything, we can save everything, right? Okay, so like I said, this one's really solid. That one looks really good, but now we want to try to do this one. Okay, so I'm going to turn off all of these, make sure you turn off the gears here because otherwise the computer is going to continue, the application is going to continue to try to track this right over here with that gear enabled, with the tracking enabled, and it's just going to track and retrack and screw it up, but it's also going to eat up processes, okay, inside your computer, and you want all of that free for what we're going to do over here. That makes sense? Okay, cool. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to just create a really rough sort of a garbage track around him, okay, because he passes in front of that, right? So what we need to do is because we want to track this portion right here, but we need to let Mocha know to not track his head because his head will throw that track off. So we're going to throw some stuff around him. All right, and I'm just going to do it up to this point here, okay? So let's go, let's just do, and you just want to do basically like a marionette or puppet approach where you do the head, you do the shoulders, you do an arm, you do a hand individually with individual tracks, right? You don't want to do it all in one, okay, because that just won't work. All right, so like I said, I'm just going to go up to here, up to this point right here with the track, so about halfway through. Okay, just so we can get through it in this class. So I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to come around here, and this one's supposed to be really, really rough. Nothing fancy about this one. Okay, so like this, and then we can right-click, and then we can smooth all this out. Oops, what did I just do? Okay, let's go over here and get rid of that keyframe. No keyframes yet. Okay. Individually grab this one, grab that one, like that. Okay, so let's do, we can do shear rotation. We just want to do translation and scale, okay? And so we'll just track ahead. Now we're going to have to make some adjustments, obviously. Holy crackers we are. Well, that's terrible.
The great thing is his mold will just be at the
Yeah, it's perfect. Okay, so that's total garbage. So maybe we can't have it track that, but keyframing it will. So let's undo this. So I'm going to delete all these. I'm going to go over to manual track and delete all. Yes. I'm going to click back on large here. What if we just do translation? What does that do for us? Okay, I'm just, let's go head track rough. Let's call it that. Okay. Notice we can also change colors here. Okay. Oh, and we can throw logos over, grids, no tracking. Okay, but we can change these. So we can say, let's make this one like bright blue or something like that. Okay. Because when you start to do the head, the shoulders, the hands, the arms, you're going to want to be able to keep those separate, right? So we can change the colors over here. Great. Okay, so let's try this again, and let's see if it'll do anything for us. Okay, yeah. So that now it's not thrown the scale off. Okay, so at this point, at least we have something to go off of, right? So let's go through and make some keyframes. So let's go over right here to the middle, and then let's just move this over. Okay, so like that. We're gonna move it down, and we're gonna move this in, right? Because we want to give Mocha the most information possible here. So then I'm gonna come down here to the end here. Okay, and then let's move this over like this, and let's bring this in, that, bring that in, bring that in, bring that in, bring that in. Okay, now let's jump to the middle, right? Because this is the best way to go through and ensure that we're being accurate without overdoing it, right? We want to make as few adjustments as possible. So instead of just doing it step by step, we're just going to jump into the middle of each keyframe here and make those adjustments accordingly. That, see it? Good. Okay, so we'll go in the middle here, make these adjustments like that. Let's bring this in, bring that in, bring that in, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Good, jump to the middle. Translate that over, middle, da, 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 da. Good, like that. Bring that in, bring it in. Okay, one more middle here. Once again, we don't worry about much of this stuff that's really outside of this, but we just want this to be fairly close, right? So jump right there. Oh, that looks solid. That's like really, really good right there. Okay, we can't fix that. Don't fix perfect. All right. Okay, so right out of here, we notice that we should probably make a quick adjustment like that. Okay, let's go over here. Oh, let's make a quick adjustment right there. Right there. Definitely have to make an adjustment. And this should be just because he's moving around all over the place, right? I mean, he's rotating. This is not an easy track at all. So don't beat yourself up over this. This is going to be hard. This is not supposed to be anything easy. That said, if you ever want to do any sort of post-production work, this is kind of the nature of the beast here, right? Like, this is actually a very accurate representation of how painstaking and difficult it can be to do this sort of nonsense. It's just tedium and like an attention to detail that is sort of unprecedented. All right, so let's go through here one more time. Let's take a look at this. Okay, now I feel like right here we can probably narrow things up because once again we want more detail. Okay, or more information for our actual picture track, right? So I'm going to come over here. Let's jump into this. Okay, bring that in, bring that in, bring that in, bring that bad boy in. Okay, let's jump to the next one. Okay, make sure we're safe there. Okay. Oh, okay, watch this. Let's track you over. Like that. Oops. Right here we're getting awfully close. So let's watch him right there. And then over here, watch that. Oh, see that right there? He moves just enough, so we need to bring that over like that. Okay. We're okay out here. This one, we can probably bring this in just a little bit. Okay, watch this though, because we don't want that to extend into that. That one's good. This one's a little extreme right there. We can bring that in. And then we're good. Okay, so we have kind of our rough track there, right? So with that laid in place, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to come in here and we're going to track our picture, okay? So we're going to turn that tracking tool off, okay? And then let's come over here. And right here where we have, it looks like the most information on this picture, we're going to come in and we're going to track this, right? So let's go. In fact, we can use this entire frame. Like that. Go like that. Go like that. Okay. And then let's extend this out like that. Okay, just a second. Let me change some. This thing is driving me up a wall. Let's try that. Okay, so right there. So we're going to try, instead of shear, we don't need shear or even rotation. It's just a translation and scale because it's really not rotating on us at all. All right, so we're just going to go over here like this. Okay, and it's more of a small motion, so let's try that. And then let's bump this up, something like that. Let's try, so this is our middle pick track. Okay, like that. Now we have to place this, if I remember correctly, below this, right? Because we want Mocha to ignore any of this stuff. So let's try that. If I remember correctly. Okay, let's change this color to yellow or green. Let's do a bright green. That's perfect. Okay, and then let's start tracking backwards. Okay, so see that? So see how it ignores stuff going on in there? Okay, I had all that selected. That was stupid of me. Okay, now let's go back this way. And we're tracking forward. Okay. So, Trey, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So we use this garbage man because if we didn't have this up here, if we didn't have this little mask sitting on top of this, why did that all change to, what the crackers? Let me change this color back to a bright blue. Okay, good, gravy. Right hand painting, let's change this back to like a purple. Okay, something like that, so keep this all distinct. If we didn't have, okay, this set up right here, okay, and we tried to track, it would, in fact, here, I'm going to show you really quick. I'm going to take this down here, and I'm going to turn this off. Let's just go, so this one right here, and let's try tracking this now.
Is it because like you're working on layers, so obviously you put one layer that you cut out on top of another, so you kind of
Exactly, yeah. So if we try to track it like this, so if I go like this, it's just going to throw this whole thing off.
You're cutting this out because it's split more.
Yeah. So watch what happens when he starts to move over this way. And it totally doesn't do anything because it wants to make a fool of me. Well, Well, that's just incredible. I guess forget everything I said. No, the problem is I think since I already tracked it, it kind of ignored this. So let's put this back up here. Okay, like that. Turn that back on, and then we'll go through here and retrack real quick. And that's going to be cleaner on the edges in particular. Okay, so back this away. All right, now one thing you want to focus on or notice is that he comes forward, the focus is pulled, and this goes out of focus. So you're definitely going to want to work on that when you bring it back into After Effects. You may have to blur it just a little bit, right?
Okay.
So we got that right there. So let's take a look at this middle track here. And let's throw up our planar surface, okay? So let's put this, let's get to a clean point right here, okay? And let's move this in so that we're right there, okay? And then this in so we're right here, like that, okay? And then we're gonna move this up here, like that. Okay. And now we're turning on this grid because this grid helps us make sure that we've got this laid down correctly here. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's play through it. Yeah, looks really solid. So what we could then do, oh hey.
Hey.
Okay, we just want to make sure that this is perfect here. And we can adjust this grid, for example. Let's go 20 by 20. Okay, and let's zoom in here like this. And using X, we're going to move that down like that. Okay, that's better. That's better right there. Okay. Okay, that's a pretty solid track. Okay. If I hold down Z and I double click, that zooms me out, and X, double click like that, great. Okay, now we want to just, for kicks and giggles, throw a shape in there, and I'm trying to remember how to do that. Let's throw, show matte layers. Okay, enable all overlay, show highlight. Where'd you go? View. I would really like to just throw something in there real quick. Just that logo, I'd like to place that there, but it doesn't want to. Well, shoot. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, so this is, we've got it to this point, so you're gonna work on just continue to do that, safely tracking this. Now, one thing you can do, like I showed you on Monday, is to go through here. Let's turn this off, and we can adjust the track and just verify that we're actually doing things correctly here. Okay, so as we scan through here, okay, we can make references. So let's come over to this point right here. This. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll do an adjust track. Okay, and let's go like this. Okay, what we want to do is we'll take the top. For these portions that we can't see, what we're going to do is we're going to take these reference points, okay, down to points that are visible. So I'm going to go right there. Okay, with that one, this one I'm going to take down to right here. This one I'm going to take over to, like that one. And this one I'm going to take over right there. Okay? All right. And so we'll set master all, right? And then we'll jump ahead. Let's come over here. Okay? And so looking at this, we'll do we can just do an auto. Okay? And then we'll go over here. We'll auto that one, and it'll just adjust it. So let's go like that, auto, that one, auto. Great. Okay, let's come over here, like this. Okay, we'll go auto. That one's already good, auto. But I mean, we're talking like just even half a pixel. So it's already doing a really good job. That auto. It did a really, really solid job of tracking this. Okay, so auto, auto. Auto, like nothing. Dude, this is great. Okay, so back here, let's go auto, 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 auto. Done. Okay, so we've got a really solid track here. Let's go back over here. And so we know that this is in good shape. This is in a solid position here, okay? Because we've referenced it, it's all safe there. And so we would do the rest of this thing. Obviously, we need to continue to garbage him out. Okay, and then we would send that over, all right? So the final step we're going to talk about on Friday is going through and rotoscoping him. Okay, you good with that? Yes. Okay. All right, so let me save this. And then once again, I'll go over this portion. I went over this on Monday. But with this point here, we would just come over here, just grab this one, okay? And we'd say export tracking data. And just After Effects corner pin, copy to clipboard, come back over here. All right, well, let's bring in another picture. Let's go Command I like this and pole vaulter. That doesn't work. Are these the only pictures I have? What the crap? Let's go over here to Chrome real quick. What do we want to picture? What would we place here? Let's do a Rembrandt. Okay, so let's grab one of these images. Now, like I said, I encourage you to grab like an artist and just do 3 paintings from that particular artist. Okay, so this one works right here. This one's great. Okay, so let's view. Open image, new tab. Save image as. Right there. So Rembrandt.
Just give you better quality. Will you do that?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So let's go back over here. We'll grab this one and open. Okay, so let's try this. If I throw this in here, like that, okay, and then I come over here and I Command V, all right, that's not going to work. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to pre-compose this thing. So let's actually no, let's just go like this. Just like we did over here, let's do another solid. Let's just throw down. Let's see. Let's do a solid colored, kind of like this actually. So new solid. All right, and we could do 1920 by 1080 if we want to, like that. And then let's bring this and just go like that. Oop. We want somewhere in here, like that. Okay. All right, and let's pre-compose this layer. Command-Shift-C, and we'll do middle Rembrandt pick or painting, whatever. Okay, like that. Now we'll paste that. Okay, so I'm going to paste my corner pinning to this. All right, Now if I take this, double click in here, and I grab this, grab my Rembrandt, I throw this on here. Come on, baby. All right, let's stretch this out like this. Okay, now if I come back over here, oh my. Okay, so we need to that. Okay, so that's squeezed a bit too much. Let's bring it back over here like that. Okay, that's going to look a little bit better. Okay. And then we want to do is probably take the same tint process that we used here. So we'll go tint, that one, Command C. Let's drag all these over here. Okay. So that's already better. We should probably lighten it up just a little bit though. So let's grab this one and curves, and let's bring it back like this. That. Lighten this one just a little bit like that. Okay. And then we should probably soften these edges just a hair. So let's come over here, grab this one, and then we'll take this like that and just go like that and double click on that. Okay? Back over here. And grab our mask. Let's try like that. That. In like that. And in like that. And let's see what that does for us. Okay, yeah. See how that smooths that out there? Okay, great. Okay, so then what we need to do is roto him. Okay. Although I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know what, I may be slightly off with that, my planar surface. I may need to go back in here and make sure that I'm not skewed at all, because it looks just slightly off there. Okay. So, but anyway, that is the process. That's the procedure there. So work on that today, guys. And like I said, we'll come back on Friday and I'll show you how to just procedurally, sequentially rotoscope this guy and clean him up there. Okay. So work on this painting, this track. Okay. So go through, track them, do the adjust track to make sure they're all clean. Start to bring in the paintings. Yada yada yada. Okay. We good with that? Okay, all right, I'm going to save that. Any questions, anything I can help you with?
What's the login? I tried committing for last night, logging in.
It's your student login.
Okay.
You have to wait for the red dot to go away and that login, and then just use your student login.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, quit out of that. So save. I'll save this, and voila. Bueno. Okay, good?
Yep.
All right. Save this here.